Aloha, and thank you for being here. As we're preparing for our holiday busy seasons that we're hoping to see, we want to make sure that we reach out to the public to inform about all the improvements that we're making at our airports and for the airports with our very strong partners here who make sure that things get improved very quickly. But before we start talking about the improvements at the airport, I wanted to talk about improvements that our Lieutenant Governor, Sylvia Luke, has pushed to ensure that it makes it easier for people to get here and get back home to Hawaii. Lieutenant Governor?
Thank you. Good morning and aloha. You know, holidays are a very busy season for many of the travelers, and especially locals and visitors alike. This past year we launched what's known as Akamai Arrival, which is a pilot program to digitize our ag form. We all know about the ag form that many of the residents and visitors have to fill out. When you get on the plane, it's an hour before you land, and the flight attendant goes, okay, the state of Hawaii requires you to fill out the agricultural form, but we don't have a pen for you, and if you can kokua, share a pen with your neighbor and fill out this form. Imagine you don't have a pen and then you have to awkwardly ask somebody, or you don't understand English is not your first language, so you get this paper form which is in English and you can't fill it out. Because we digitize, and we're happy to announce that as of last month, every flight, domestic flight that is arriving in Hawaii will utilize the digital ag form. So every domestic flight will have a digital ag form access. That means no more pens. It's available in different languages. And in fact, you can fill out this form 5 days ahead of time. This is trying to make sure that we have a good experience for many of the travelers, especially during this hectic time. And it's also in compliance with our state law, and it's making compliance so much better. We wanted to just thank the Department of Transportation. We wanted to thank the Department of Transportation for all the improvements that you see in the airport, along with the Akamai Arrival going full digital, all the improvements that you see around here, which this will enhance the traveler experience. So mahalo to Director Sniff, and mahalo to many of the partners who are here. Thank you and mahalo.
Really appreciate all your leadership and support, Lieutenant Governor Luke. As we look at the airport, and Kaumakani put it perfectly, this is the place to aloha and re-aloha everybody who's coming in. So really appreciate that, Kau. We all know that the experience of travel can be stressful. I want to make sure it's as easy as possible. We work with all of our federal partners to make sure it's as easy as possible to make sure people can get into the airport and get out as quickly and efficiently as possible. And when you're in here, we want to make sure that your experience here is improved. We work with our partners at HMS Host to ensure that we can improve that experience throughout. And I'm going to ask Chris to come up and talk about the great improvements that are being made, especially with Wailoa Cafe here, and all the improvements that we're making at the airport. Chris?
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Thank you, Director. Aloha, my name is Chris Kadahiro. I'm the Executive Director here at HMS Host at H&L Airport. We're really, really happy to bring you one of our newest offerings, Wailoa Cafe, appropriately named for the moku that it designates, and positioned at the most northern part of the airport, so it really fits in to how we are aligning with Oahu. We're really happy to bring a nice selection of pastries, coffee, cafe, as well as a bar to help our passengers enjoy that last goodbye before leaving, and our kamaina who are going away to visit. So really, really appreciate all of our airport partners, Director of Transportation, Malcolm, Ford, Kurt as well. Really, really happy to be able to work with the airport, and really look forward to having a lot more improvements coming next year. So thank you very much. Aloha.
So Chris is really humble. He's helped us make sure that we bring more local presence into the airport. You saw last year two pandas open up. That's been extremely successful. Wailoa Cafe opening up, going to make sure that we can service everybody in the Mauka concourse, especially our travelers to the 9th Island when they're going in and out. And we're making sure that we bring more restaurants in. So next year, by mid-year, you'll see Alan Wong, MW Group, Aloha Plate, and lay stand coming into this airport to ensure that everyone gets that local experience and feel when they come here. As we're working through, we want to make sure that the public understands how they can get to and from the airport really consistently and easily. You'll see online that we'll start putting up more of our parking availability. So from your house, you can understand how you could get to the airport the best. If you can drive, or you should be taking rail. When you check in on online, you can see what the wait times are going to be at our gates to ensure that you understand the timeframes that you need to get here. We're working on all of those to tie in all of our state resources into one area to ensure that all of our travelers and our visitors and our residents can understand how best to utilize our airports. Thank you very much, everybody. Open for questions if you have any. So the big reason that we all do what we do, and you see all of our staff that's here, we want to make sure that we make this place that's going to be the first impression that many have to Hawaii and the last impression that many have to Hawaii as easy and seamless and comfortable as possible. Again, travel can be really stressful. I want to make sure that once they get here, they feel like they're on vacation or they returned home. So making sure that the amenities are here for them to feel comfortable, to know where they're going, to understand how they can get around, to get home or to their destination safely, super important for all of us.
What's the ultimate goal? What do you want to provide to travelers?
Ultimate goal, we want to be the best airport in the world. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. And we're taking steps to make sure we get there. Short term, we're improving our facilities. You'll see as you walk through the improvements that we've been making, small improvements in different areas, to be mindful of the costs, but also ensure that everybody's experience is improved. You'll see very soon we're moving forward at a Diamond Head Concourse. That's going to be transformative. It'll model what we have here on the Mauka side to ensure that we have this on the Makai side, on the Diamond Head side as well. More gates, more comfort, more amenities for our public. And then we'll improve our Terminal 2 area to ensure that that's not just a dead zone. That's going to be a place that we can highlight for everybody. Please.
Yeah, so currently when we started digitizing the ag form, we've been working with the Department of Business and Economic Development about doing the visitor survey in an ag form too. And so they are working currently in trying to best capture that information. Some of the information that is in the ag form can be given to DBED for visitor statistics and data. For instance, how many visitors do we have? How many are going to Oahu? Those things can be captured through the current ag form. They are working in an expanded area. So, imagine even that is a great possibility. If you were to digitize the visitor travel survey, then you can specifically ask questions about, well, are you here for a convention, or are you here for a specific purpose? And the Hawaii Tourism Authority and DBED can utilize that information to best provide different kind of services. So they're working on doing some kind of a survey in an digital format, which will be launching next year. So that's soon to come as well.
And then also talk about the importance. Tourism is our #1 industry here in Hawaii. Talk about the importance of the airport having it, in the traveler's touch point.
The airport is the first place and the last place that you'll touch whenever you arrive somewhere or whenever you leave somewhere, and you want to have a lasting experience. And both Ed and Ford, we were just talking before the press conference about, we were at another airport and talked about all the amenities that different airports have, and we had a vision, and both Ed and Ford had a vision of creating similar experiences. A lot of times, airports, you might want a last minute gift, or you might think about some place that you visited and you want to relive that experience. For instance, we have Kona Brewing here, we have Wailua Cafe. It's those experiences that you want to have visitors retain, and even residents, have that experience. So all the improvements is really adding to the visitor and resident travel experience as well.
Can you tell us a little bit
Yeah. So the pilot program ran, we launched the pilot program earlier this year. When the pilot program was first starting out, the paper form had a compliance rate somewhere between 40 to 60%. And 60% on the paper form, and then 40% on the visitor survey on the back. And when you think about just 50% compliance, we're not really doing a good job in ensuring that our islands are protected from invasive species. When we started going full digital and testing out with different airlines, what is the best experience? Is it online, in flight, or is it before flight? What is the best time to capture this information? And the experience has been terrific, both from the Department of Agriculture side and the people who are filling out the form. I mean, it's so easy to fill out the form. Ed was just traveling, and he said, it took like a couple minutes to fill it out as opposed to trying to struggle through a paper form. And now the completion rate is about 80%, reaching 90%. So we just wanted to mahalo the residents, because these are a lot of residents who are filling it out and visitors who are filling out these ag forms, and the compliance rate to have 80 to 90%, it is incredible. And this really showcases how people who come here, they want to do the responsible thing. They want to ensure that they're following the law. And even the residents, they want to ensure that we protect our islands for invasive species. So we just wanted to mahalo everybody for your participation. Any other?
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Oh, I started myself.
There we go. All right, so when Lieutenant Governor and Ed says do something, you gotta. So what we want to do, my friends, we're just gonna, in Hawaiian culture, whenever we begin things, we have to make sure we end them, right? But we end them in a way, and anybody in an earshot of my voice, you can jump in on this. We're gonna take 3 deep breaths, as we heard them talk about touch points. I like to call them aloha points. Everywhere somebody touches, everywhere somebody walks in our islands, from the mountain to the ocean, from the roof to the floor, from inside to outside. Relevance, information, intriguing, and entertaining. None of those 4, nobody wants to see us. So you're going to take 3 deep breaths. The first breath, ho'omaikai. I want you to think about everything you're thankful for, good or bad. What brought you here today? Second breath, mihi, to forgive. Forgive yourself, forgive everybody around you. The last breath, ho'oulu. Again, inspiration. Why are you here? Why are you doing what you're doing? Hawaiians truly believe when we breathe into our nose, things are clean, maikai and pono, things are good and righteous. Things that come out of our mouth have the potential to be harmful. Hanu, hold, think of everything you're thankful for, good or bad. And ha. Hanu, hold, mihi, forgive yourself, forgive everybody around you. And ha. Hanu, hold, ho'oulu, inspiration. Why are you here? Why do we have Waialua Bar and Cafe? Why do we share aloha? And ha. E ai taua ke hele mai nei, ka kua ka ipili o mauna a vili, vili ka hau moe ka makani. Ka nalu mai, ka ina mai, ka hiki mai he mai. Ka ina mai ana I loko halekai malu, malu oku ka halekai tuahine. Really quick, that Oli talks about this place. Kahiki mai, people come from far off distances. The waves have brought them here. The waves of the world have brought them here. And it is our duty to make sure that malu malu, that they are comfortable and they are welcome in this home, in this place by the sea. With that said, look to the person on your left, your right, in front of you, behind you. Extend your right hand and borrow $20. I'm just kidding. Aloha kekahi, aloha aku, aloha mai. There you go. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo.
Maybe do a...
Thank you all. That concludes today's press conference. We'd like to take a group picture in front of the Wailua Cafe sign with our speakers and airport partners. Thank you.